If we found a property and it wasn't here local, we would need somebody to manage the property, have oversight on the property, finding the deals, doing the due diligence. It all can be split up. Multifamily, especially in commercial, is a team game.
What would you say the biggest challenge is to having a partner, whether it's Amy, your wife, or anybody?
Keep it in mind that they have viewpoints. Their viewpoint may be different than yours. That doesn't mean it's wrong. If you can put yourself in their frame of mind and understand where they're coming from and why they're making this decision or why they have this opinion or whatnot, doesn't mean it's right, but that enables you to have a much better leg to stand on. Right? There's times you're going to be wrong and you need to just deal with it and go with it and let them be right. You don't have to be right all the time. By the same token, I'm a big details person. Details matter. They matter so much, but sometimes the little details don't really mean that much. They can be set aside to work better with somebody. I'm a big systems person. And if we miss one step in a system, I'm like, ooh, on this rehab, we skipped past this. We didn't do it in the order we should have. But for that exact situation, it made sense. But that's something that Amy and I have kind of gone back and forth on, where I'm like, whoa, we violated the system. She's like, okay, but this house doesn't have gas, so it doesn't matter that we didn't check off that we got gas service turned on. Bad example, but
No, that's good. And I mean, those are real life examples. So our listeners and watchers, if you guys are thinking about having business partners, whether they're, again, your life partner or just some schmo you met at a bad breath coffee RIA or meetup, at a meeting, take what John's saying, because this is real life, and John's super duper humble, and he's, in my opinion, very, very successful for multiple different reasons. But pay attention to that. So let's flip it over, John, and say, what's the biggest advantage to having a business partner?
Just like 4 eyes are better than two brains are better than one. So getting another viewpoint is one, because when you're brainstorming, you're trying to think things, or when you have a problem, and problems are going to arise, having more than one person think about ways to get out of it or ways to solve it is huge. But then when you're getting into other partners, like external partners, you get into being able to use their network or have access to their network, if they have capital, their experience. Those things can really make a huge difference. And I wish when I first started really full time, I would have embraced team aspect more. We hired a team and we had employees, but I could have easily gone straight into multifamily, right into apartments. And I didn't, because I was hesitant, because I didn't really trust team members that I didn't know very well.
Yeah. And when you say you wanted to leverage them more, why don't you go a step deeper and explain what you mean by that?
Well, for example, large apartment complexes, I don't have the capital to just take those down by myself. I had some capital when we started, but not anywhere near the millions of dollars that's needed to buy an apartment complex. So being able to leverage them in that respect of, maybe they have the funds, or they know people who have funds, or they know somebody who can raise money. That can be an aspect. If it was if we found a property and it wasn't here local, we would need somebody to manage the property, have oversight on the property, finding the deals, doing the due diligence. It all can be split up. It is multifamily, especially in commercial, is a team game.
Yeah, I think there's a big difference. And I know we've got folks who listen and watch the show who are interested in multifamily, or who are already multifamily investors. Maybe they even leapfrogged right over residential. But that's one thing I've seen. I've only done one larger multifamily project personally, but it's a lot easier for John and Dylan and Amy to partner on a deal when it's a big bank of buildings versus one little house. And there's nothing wrong with one little house, but there might be a $30,000 or $50,000 profit, whereas it could be a multi-million-dollar profit many years down the line, most times with multi-units. So yeah, that's a great example, John.